Fanfic Corner, presented by Jennifer. My Little Pony, Next Generation. Chapter 3, Sweetheart, daughter of Fluttershy and Thunderland. Written and read by Jennifer. Okay, before we get started, I'd just like to say one thing, and that is if you have not yet seen the first 2 chapters for My Little Pony Next Generation, I suggest you go view those now, as this is a continuation of that story. Out of the 6 heroes of Equestria, Fluttershy was the one that everyone knew would make a great mother. She lovingly cared for all the animals that came to her cottage that everyone was sure it would transfer over to a foal. And they were right. Sweetheart was doted on by her mother more than any of her friends were by their mothers. The sweet little filly was every bit as kind and caring as her mother, and even shared her yellow coat and aqua eyes, as well as her love for animals. Her mane and tail, however, she got from her father, Thunderland. Everyone was shocked when bold Thunderland married timid Fluttershy. But things worked out well between them, and Sweetheart was a nice blend of her parents' personalities. Sweetheart's room was crammed full of birdhouses and of all kinds of birdhouses and pet beds. It wasn't all that surprising, since her room had once been a storage room at her mother's cottage. But Fluttershy and Thunderland had moved all that stuff out when they learned that Fluttershy was pregnant, and they turned the storage room into a nursery. It was only recently that Sweetheart had started moving some of the things back in. She loved having her animal friends close by when she was sleeping. "I think this room is more full with animal things than before your mother was expecting you," Thunderland said, coming into his daughter's room. "I like it this way," Sweetheart said. "Like mother, like daughter." Sweetheart tipped her muzzle up proudly. "I take that as a great compliment," she said. "Here you are," Fluttershy said to Thunderland. "You're going to be late for training with the Wonderbolts if you don't hurry." Thunderland planted a kiss on Fluttershy's cheek. "And you're going to be late for your trip to Mount Eris." He turned to his daughter. "Are you sure you don't want to come to Wonderbolt headquarters with me this weekend, sweetie? Swiftwind and Lightning Bolt will be there." "I'm good," Sweetheart said. "I'm looking forward to spending the weekend at the castle with Morning Radiance, Sparks, and Sunflare. And Mirage, Copycat, and Northern Lights will be there, since their parents are going to the Crystal Empire with Aunt Twilight and Uncle Flash." Fluttershy walked her daughter over to the Castle of Friendship. Once there, Sweetheart ran off in search of her friends. "Thank you for watching Sweetheart this weekend," Fluttershy said to Starlight. "Are you sure she won't be any trouble?" "Are you kidding? Sweetheart is, well, a sweetheart," Starlight said. "And Sunburst and I have a fun weekend planned for Spark and the Foals." "Well, thanks again. Thunderland will get home from Wonderbolt headquarters before I get back from Mount Eris, so he'll pick her up Monday afternoon." Sweetheart found her friends in Morning Radiance's room. They were telling stories. Mirage and Copycat were changing forms for the different characters. "Sorry I'm late," Sweetheart said. "Lots of animal friends to say goodbye to." "You are so like your mom," Northern Lights said. "I'm surprised you didn't bring any with you," Copycat said. Mirage whacked him on the back of his head with her wing. "Be nice," she told her twin. "It's okay, Mirage," Sweetheart said. "I have a connection with animals, like Mom." "Something tells me that's going to be your special talent," Morning Radiance said. "I just like animals. I don't know if it's my special talent or not." "I bet it will be," Northern Light said. "I have a way of knowing these things." "She does," said Copycat. It's super annoying. Northern Lights shot her cousin a glare. Copycat always had a way of annoying her. Well, if it is, I hope I get a cutie mark just like Mom's, Sweetheart said. The friends laughed. They knew it didn't work quite like that, but they could still dream that they could get cutie marks like their parents, but none more than Sweetheart. She dreamed of one day taking over Sweet Feather Sanctuary and continuing her mother's work to take care of animals. Her parents and friends were sure that she would reach her goal. Of all her friends, Sweetheart just might be the first one to get her cutie mark. But there were no guarantees. Did you have a fun weekend? Thunderland asked as he and Sweetheart walked home. I did, Sweetheart said. I love spending time with my friends. How was your weekend? It was good. We worked on a new routine. I'll tell you and your mother about it at dinner. Do you think Mom had a good time on Mount Eris? You can ask her when we get home. She should be there now. When the cabin came into view, Sweetheart let out a squeal and galloped forward. Mom, wait to hear what I did this weekend, she called excitedly. Okay, before I sign off, a couple of things I'd like to touch on. First off, okay, I know the chapters for My Little Pony Next Generation are a little bland right now. Bear with me. I am basically setting up my original characters. And once that's done, things will pick up, I promise. Second off, if you have a fanfic and or short story you would like me to do a reading on for Fanfic Corner, please send it to me at my Tumblr account, Facebook page, or my Facebook group, Fanfic Corner. I will have the link for all three in the description section. Couple of things to keep in mind. First off, please be sure to include your name and the name of the author if you are not the one who wrote the fanfic or the short story. I have to be able to credit someone or I will not do a reading. Second off, please try to keep them short. My video recorder can only record up to 30 minutes at a time. Now, if they are longer than that, I will cut them up like I do with some of the other stories I have done. Third, please try to keep them clean and appropriate. I will clean them up and or gloss over any parts that or words that I deem are not appropriate for children and sensitive audiences. But please just, let's try to avoid all that to begin with. However, if there is way too much in the story, I just won't do a reading. Fourth, if it is a holiday fanfic or short story, please submit it 2 months prior to the holiday and include the name and the date of the holiday. This is basically to ensure that I can get the story written or the story read/recorded and posted 1 month before that holiday begins. Lastly, please be honest. If I learn that somebody has submitted a fanfic and or short story without the author's permission, I will not only take down all corresponding videos, but I will no longer be accepting any fanfics or short stories from the sender. Okay,